Now, why are y'all eating Nicki Minaj up for being on Kai Cenat's live stream? Girl. So apparently last night, Nicki Minaj appeared on Kai Cenat's live, and the girls have been posting clips and stuff all day. And I have some thoughts. Folks were saying that Nicki Minaj was too old to be on this live stream. This, you know, it's like this is too much for her. She was on there twerking, doing all the other stuff. My thing is, I didn't see that similar pushback when Offset was on Kai's live stream a couple of months ago, whenever that was. Now, for those who do not know, Kai Cenat, whatever his name is like a big streamer on Twitch or whatever. He has a massive audience. I think they had like 100-something thousand folks watching the live stream last night or whatever. And, you know, Offset did the same thing. I think he did like a 24-hour stream or something, whatever. Now, Kai is definitely weird. He's definitely weird between the 9-year-old, whatever, rapping and stuff, and the live stream he did and the make fake jail. He's definitely weird, and there's a whole conversation about him and his stuff he be doing, even when one of his folks was accused of the R word. Like, child, even his commentary, his response to that was just like a fool. Now looking at some of the commentary, some folks were saying that Nicki Minaj is too old to be doing this, and this is my pushback. And y'all know I don't mind giving Nicki her lashings when she deserves it, because she deserves a lot, because she's definitely a widow. But I don't agree with the ageism and calling her too old to do these things, because female rappers, like, I feel like age out so quick, and I feel like I know misogyny plays a huge role in their misogynoir, plays in it, specifically when we're talking about black female rappers or whatever. Black, like rappers, male rappers, can go on and talk about the same stuff, going to strip clubs, like throwing money at girls and tricking and all that. They can talk about that till they're 70. They can talk about smoking. I mean, Snoop Dogg still talking about smoking. Like, did a whole campaign collaboration with a grill about like smoking, a pit or whatever. Like, these men are able to do these things and move in different type of ways that female rappers cannot do. They can talk about it because they're being desired in their 20s and whatever age. As long as they stay a sex symbol, they can continue doing these things and saying this stuff. But the moment they get a little older, no matter how good or desirable they look, it's, oh, this is getting weird. And I don't think it's nothing wrong with Nicki on there twerking, getting her life and having a good time. I do think there is some other conversations that need to be had. And I feel like I've not seen enough of them. I think the age thing is kind of just, it can work in different type of, it can work in a different type of critique, but to say that she's too old to be on the live stream isn't strong enough. Like, that's not. When Offset did the same thing. We can talk about some of her behavior. We can talk about like Nicki Minaj not growing as an artist and needing to appeal to a younger artist to stay afloat in the game. We can talk about that, because I don't feel like that her artistry has grown up. But Nicki Minaj has been playing with the colors and stuff and the Barbie thing. She's been doing that forever. She's been doing it, and it appeals to a younger demographic. We can talk about that. We can have a conversation about that. But I feel as though, honestly, we kind of put female rappers to be in these positions because y'all, we honestly, it is no shade, collectively, we don't want to hear a 50-year-old woman or 40-year-old woman talk like that. We don't want to hear that. Like, especially if they've been, like, if they're a mother, all that other stuff. They don't. Like, oh, you need to go have some babies. You need to sit down. You're a mother. Like, folks were saying, oh, she's a mother. She should be doing that. Like, just because she's 40 years old and a mother don't mean that she can't go out and twerk and have a good time. Like, who says that because you turned 40 or something, you can't enjoy yourself? Like, you need to go back in the house and knit and put up the Christmas tree and all the other stuff. It's different for other women. Like, give women the ability to pick and choose what they want to do. There are some women who do want to, oh girl, I had my time, like, let me sit down a little bit. But like, if she wants to go out and enjoy herself, there's nothing wrong with her. There are 40-year-old women that's out here enjoying themselves, and 50-year-old women. There should not be no age requirement. But when it comes to female rappers, we try to age them out so bad because as much as we tell women to go out, have kids, do all this other stuff, we pressure them to do these things. And then we still want to desire them. But we want to desire them in a way that works for us. And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about the collective. I'm talking about society. It just really irked me seeing the conversation and stuff and how folks were like dragging and stuff. It was like kind of y'all missing the point. And I did not see that. Offset is 31 years old. Kai is like 21. Like you have this 30 plus year old, a father, multiple kids, multiple baby mamas, doing a live stream and all that other stuff, smoking, all that other stuff. Like he can be turned and do all this stuff. This is Nicki Minaj like turned, like she couldn't go there like smoking and doing all the other stuff. Yet they just, it would be too much. That's how I love seeing folks like Sexy Red and Money Leo, and even how Cardi B was moving during their pregnancy, because we have not seen that as much, like a female artist being pregnant on tour and visibly showing it, like showing like, hey girl, I have a child. Even with Victoria Monet, like we're seeing these artists like include their children in their stuff, because for a while, you know, they were not allowed to be there. Like they were not allowed, like you cannot, because to be desired means that you are pure and you do not have any kids, you've never done anything, like you've never engaged in the things. Come on, Phaedra. You've never done any of the other stuff because you need to be desired. It's just interesting how the difference of how it works for men and how it works for women, because men can still rap out doing all the other stuff and they can be married and have kids, but like they're a man, so it's expected. But a woman can't. Oh, why is she talking about this? She needs to be doing all this other stuff. I didn't like it. But I do think there is some criticism of how Nicki Minaj does have to rely on a younger fan base and stuff. But I also think that, you know, the young audiences enjoy rap music the most. Like younger folks listen to rap more than any other genre. Usually the older you get, the less likely of you listening to rap and hip hop. Not everybody, but the older you get, you know, you're not listening to the new folks. Like you kind of like the old folks, but you're listening to other things. Like your palette kind of expands. But it doesn't happen for everybody. But it's just interesting seeing that Nicki Minaj currently right now is going at it with Billboard. She said Billboard reached out to her, said they would take away sales from her new album Pink Friday 2 for running a fan contest that involves showing proof of buying the album's vinyl or digital version. She tweeted this: in that case, you're one of my 100 bars for my surprise. Bars, show the proof of your 4 vinyls or digital downloads, each cover, and you could win what he just did. A chance to help me pick the next 3 songs for the Gag City 2 edition that comes out in 5 days in person. She said, been discussing my 100 bar contest for months. They said Billboard reached out to say they're gonna take away sales from me telling y'all about the 100 barbs thing. Can't wait until these next 6 hours are up so I can tell y'all some ish. You can give out beers and cash out money though, LOL. So bars, me asking you to show proof of something that was already delivered or purchased is against the rules, so please disregard apologies. Now reading this, girl, this is not the same thing that Cardi and Megan did with WAP, because now Nicki Minaj is doing her famous thing where she likes some tweets from fans and stuff, and that's how she sends out shots. And Cardi tweeted this in August of 2020 and said, y'all made WAP amazing. We're partnering with Twitter and Cash App to give away a total of $1 million to celebrate all you powerful women out there. Tell us why you or a woman you know can use a piece of the money. Drop your cash tag and use WAP Party. Now, this is not the same thing. Like, they're not giving an incentive to purchase the music.
Also keep in mind that the single had already went #1 by the time they had did this collaboration with Cash App, so it doesn't even make sense.
They're not giving a direct incentive of you purchasing or showing proof that you purchased the music as an incentive, like to get money. Like, this is not the same thing. It's still promotion. It's still promotion because you're including WAP in the hashtag and stuff. It's like WAP Party. It is going to give more visibility. But, you know, that's the thing. But this was around a time around, you know, the pandemic. A lot of folks were struggling. They were not working. And a lot of folks were giving money back. Cash App was doing it a lot. Cash App actually doesn't do that much now. Does Cash App do it anymore? I don't see Cash App giving money away like they used to no more. Cash App was giving money away. Are they still doing that? Wow, it's the fact I never got any money from Cash App. But this does give visibility, all the other stuff, but it's not the same thing. What Nicki is doing, and let's be real, you're telling Barbs to show us that you purchased this stuff, and you're gonna be a part of the 100 Barbs in person. That is making these folks go out and show that they have bought these things, in connection of possibly meeting you or doing something, whatever. Like, that is giving incentive. It was too clear. Like, Nicki, this was not smart. This wasn't smart. There could have been a better way to do things. Like, you are I'm not even a lawyer. Like, I don't even understand, but it don't look good. And the Barbs do not know this. It's not the same thing. Like, folks out here running with this and all this other stuff, but it's like, there is only Nicki Minaj's voice. There is not Billboard coming and responding and saying anything. Billboard is not out here saying anything. Like, they're not releasing a statement. It's only Nicki Minaj's word versus, everybody else. Like, it's only Nicki Minaj's word. So this is two different things. Folks are talking about, oh, it's inflating the sales. Yes, like, Nicki Minaj fans have been known to buy multiple copies, multiple, things to get her to #1. It's not organic. I've literally said that in my Nicki Minaj Pink Friday 2, video recently. Like, her fans do this. And a lot of other fans do this. The BTS folks, the K-pop folks, they do that. But Nicki Minaj fans do this a lot. That's why the second week sales are always bad, because you can't continually do that if it's not organic. People need to be buying the music and streaming the music because they like it. But this thing where getting fans to, keep listening to the song, keep listening to the song, keep listening to the song so we can get #1. I'm tired of everybody doing it, to be honest. Like, keep streaming, y'all, keep streaming. We need to be listening, consuming the music because it's good. Like, y'all are putting us in a loop. Continue to consume. And it's like weird as hell. It's weird. And Nicki Minaj is not the only person to do it. Everybody else does it. It's just not making sense. I don't know. And you know what? It seems as though the incentive is the possibility of probably meeting me or whatever. Like, it doesn't sound good. And Nicki should have known better. This is why you have a better team. It could have been avoided. Like, girl, that don't make sense. Now, Billboard should have told her, like, hey, girl, we see you doing something. Like, that don't sound right. They should have told her that. But now, once Billboard got a hold of this or whatever, they should have told her, like, girl, this is a chop. Like, don't do that. Now, apparently Thursday night is the last night. After midnight, it's over. So we're going to get the numbers Monday. And we're going to see, because it's been predictions from folks who said that she's supposed to do 300,000 units the first week. But it's looking like it's not going to be that. And it's always something with Nicki Minaj. Everybody's out to get her, but it's like, what does Billboard get out of this? I don't see this. Like, she's all powerful, but then there's a lot of folks who are working to stop her bag. I don't get how that works. You're super powerful, like, you have all this influence, like, you're that girl, like the top artist, but these folks are working. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's like, ooh, girl, I'm not even go there. Let's move on, girl. Let's talk about Kenya Moore hair care. Kim Moore is across the street. Kim Moore is now officially divorced from Marc Daly. And now, from looking at some of the stuff, like, Marc, only makes $500 per month from what he's saying. And, Kenya Moore makes $50,000. So it's like, girl, I ain't paying you a dime. Kenya Moore makes $50,000 a month. And I make a measly $500, so girl, I ain't gonna be able to give her no child support. She good, she don't need no coin from me. There's some of the stuff that I think that Kenya was trying to keep and have from getting out about the finances and stuff. Some folks like, I don't see her making $50,000 a month. Like, how is that? I don't see that. I was like, girl, no, it actually makes a lot of sense that she makes $50,000 a month. Like, it makes sense. Like, that means some folks were saying, oh, that means she makes $600,000 a year. These girls are not making the money that they used to a couple of years ago when Housewives was in its prime. Like I've told you all many times, we used to hear about the wives getting like bumps in pay and stuff. we're kind of slowly getting back to what they were getting paid when they first came on. Like, it is slowly getting there because Bravo doesn't have the budget for it because they're not bringing in the money that they used to. Like, they just don't. And it just is what it is. Like, the girls are not bringing in the ratings, which means they're not bringing in the advertising dollars. And the advertising dollars are not as high as they used to be because these companies and corporations don't have as much money as they used to. So it's just so many things. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, girl, you know, I can see it. And what other stuff is Kenya Moore working on besides the hair care stuff? I don't think it's that big. But, you know, some folks are saying that Kenya might be, you know, making her money seem less. But it also, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of stuff just ain't making sense to me. But happy for her. Like, girl, it's been a long time coming, 3 years. Like, y'all have been getting divorced longer than y'all have been together or even known each other. I'm glad. Like, it's real bad because Kenya was like, everywhere showing this man like, oh, like, you know, I got a man, and then this man is trash. Like, it's just trash. Trash. Hate that for her sister. I really do. Moving on, let's talk about Cardi B and Offset. Cardi B has, you know, said that she and Offset are not together, and she wanted to say something about it a while back. She said she's been single for a minute. She addressed it in a live stream. She says she's been very nervous about talking about it. But I'm not really surprised, to be honest. And I'm happy for Cardi B. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for all the girls who's like, you know, it ain't working out. Crunch time, period. Crunch these men. Like, get out of these relationships. If you are unhappy, you ain't feeling it, get out. Like, run away, love. Like, do what you need to do. Love that for her. Like, you know, it just is what it is. Like, it is what it is. And I hope that, if anything, I hope that what can be learned from this is keep your relationships to yourself for a minute. Like, keep your, like, even this, because we talked about Megan and Party, like, stop. Like, wait for a minute. Like, I'm telling you, I am not doing even a soft launch for my new boo. Like, I ain't got one, but I'm not doing pictures and stuff like that. I'm just not. I'm gonna keep it private as much as I can, but I will not be using that as a way to boost visibility. Like, I'm just not interested. I don't think there's nothing wrong with posting this is your boo and stuff, but I think a lot of us enjoy the social currency that comes with being in a relationship and appealing to be happy and all this other stuff. And it's just like, you have to continue to perform that you are these things even when the relationship is not good, because who wants to be like following somebody who's going through a bad relationship? We want to live through you. And it doesn't work out for anybody. So I'm glad that she has felt comfortable saying that and all the other stuff. And I hope her and Offset can be respectful and Cardi can do her thing and focus on her and all the things. Like, I love that for both of them. Get it how you live it. Speaking of that, let's move on to Married to Medicine. I did a whole live stream about Quad and Married to Medicine. We just got the mid-season trailer. It looks good. Further proof to me that Quad is not needed for this show to succeed. She was only in there for a second, but there was other drama stuff going on. Sweet Tea cussing folks out. Dr. Jackie going off about something. Simone dragging heavily. Like, I love it. I love it. This season has been really good thanks to Sweet Tea and the stuff that she got going on. Also a refreshing of the cast, some folks being pulled out, and we got the folks that we need. But not one person on this show makes this show. It's a collective, cohesive thing. I do think that Phaedra adds a lot to the show. We need to get more personal with Phaedra. I agree so much with Carlos King. Carlos King did a live stream with Dr. Heavenly that I thought was really good. And a lot of folks were defending Quad and saying that Quad was being treated wrong and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, girl, Quad is not being treated no type of way. Quad walked herself out. She gave herself the boo, not doing the things that she was supposed to, not showing up. And she got iced. Like, it's her fault. Like, she's not showing up. Like, the girls were dragging her, said she should show up late. She don't show up on time. She just don't do it. She thought she was the it girl. And she's definitely missing the T. She's not the it girl. And, you know, I think she was a standout person on the show. But, girl, it don't take but a second. It don't take but a second. So, it's a chop from Miss Quad. We're going to see for the mid-season trailer it gave. I'm curious about what's going on. I have been reviewing each episode of Married to Medicine on House Martell tier on Patreon. Definitely check it out if you can, period. Let's move on. Let's talk about Diddy quickly. Y'all know Diddy got lawsuits after lawsuits coming, child, and these shows and these partnerships and these things that he was doing, these collabs, have been getting the chop every week. He had a reality show that was supposed to be coming on Hulu that was supposed to be Diddy plus 7. It was supposed to be about his life and his, you know, his family or whatever, and that's a chop. Like, he's losing brand deals like out the wazoo. Like, it's a chop. And we're gonna see how many of these billions Diddy has. I don't think folks understand that Diddy is not a billionaire. He has to work and stuff. He don't have no $1 billion sitting in no cash app. Like, it's not $1 billion sitting in no rush card. Like, he has the potential or whatever to be, he has the potential or whatever to produce $1 billion worth of whatever that means. Okay, come on, Elise. I don't, you know, it's not giving that. And girl, the stuff is dwindling. Like, somebody had joked and said, girl, his son's gonna have to go get a job, but this finna get bad. Yeah, especially after he done paid out Cassie. Ain't no telling how much coin is left. Like, he gonna have to do something. And Diddy should have known this was coming. I already talked about that in my video. Like, girl, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Diddy, they giving you the boot, sister. They are wearing you low. They wearing you low, sister. Let's move on. Shout out to whoever took care of Derek Chauvin in prison, period. Love that for you. Happy Black Friday. That's all I got on that. Because y'all ain't gonna get me demonetized. Y'all ain't gonna get that for me. Somebody on Patreon asked me to talk about, what they asked me to talk about? They asked me to talk about Lenny Kravitz. He was saying that the black award shows don't really give him his things and all that other stuff. And it's like, girl, you don't even like having black folks interview you. You don't like, you know, you don't like talking to black folks on the press tours and all that other stuff. Like, you need to talk to your assistants and stuff, because they don't be interested in talking to us. So he has released a statement. He said, my black musical heritage means a lot to me, and I owe my success to my supporters who have taken this journey with me over the span of my career. My comment was meant to express a concern about ensuring that black artists are being recognized for their work in what is now being called non-traditional black music. But it is not. Rock and roll is the music we were instrumental in creating and is a part of our history. We must retain our heritage and celebrate that together. Yeah, you need to do a better job of that. Love that for everybody involved, but you definitely need to be doing a way better job, because you ain't been doing the best job showing up for black folks. And like, y'all don't. Like, now y'all want to hop on the black wave because these white folks ain't out here consuming y'all like that no more. Y'all like, okay, where's my stuff? Like, y'all have no problem going to these other white award shows. Y'all don't be showing up. When is the last time he's performed, if you want to perform on BET and all the other stuff, reach out and say something. Why you ain't doing it? You don't want to. Because y'all did not want to associate, and what the folks were saying, even if, like the press and folks who be on these press runs and stuff, have said over and over again that y'all don't want to speak to these black folks. Y'all don't want to speak to black reporters. Y'all want to be around white folks. Y'all think if y'all start doing more black stuff, y'all gonna be put to this box and y'all ain't gonna be able to make more money. Y'all want to be as commercial as possible, and that means being as white as possible while still being black. And that is the issue. It's not that folks are not recognizing y'all. Y'all don't want to be recognized. Like, you have not been doing this stuff. You've not been moving and like, you know, showing up in the places y'all need to. And that's y'all fault. That's y'all fault. So, girl, I don't know what to tell you, Lenny Kravitz. Hate that for you, sister. Hope you get it together. What else I need to talk about? Oh, Tiffany Haddish in her second DUI. She done got charged. Tiffany, I've been telling y'all, Tiffany fell asleep in her car and was drunk, and they said, girl, no man. Folks don't understand. If you are behind a wheel and you are drunk, it doesn't matter if the vehicle is not moving or not. Like, you need to be clink clink. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, y'all folks already drive recklessly. People already drive reckless. And y'all are too many people. Because I remember talking to this one guy who literally joked about, you know, he needed to drive home from Buckhead to like the middle of nowhere in Georgia, like drunk. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, y'all be drinking and driving boots. Like, it's bad. And y'all mess around and hit somebody and destroy somebody's life, and you still alive, and you want to offer like sympathy and prayers. And I'm like, no, girl, I'm finna turn you into a cup. Like, I'm finna Avada Kedavra, like, real quick. Like, cause girl, what's your tea? What's your tea? So, Tiffany Haddish, you know, I hate that for her. Do I? You know, she's a walking, what's her name? Like, she's just Tiffany Haddish. I'm not surprised. She look like she got a drinking problem. No shade. She's always doing the most. And it's not because she's authentically black. Cause y'all love saying that. Oh, she's out there. She just being herself. No, she the hell is not. Y'all and I said this in a video years ago. Y'all do not like authentically black folks. Y'all make fun of them. Y'all make fun of them all the time, like the black girl who is showing up in the grocery store with her house shoes on and sweatpants, no drawers, like a bonnet, with a basket and an EBT card and just whatever. Y'all look at them like they less than. That's authentic. That's another what's name black. But y'all look at her. Come out the house with a bonnet on, doing it like y'all be dragging these folks, but that's authentic. But Tiffany Haddish is authentic TM. She's very, you know, like, I can't think of the word. What is the word I wanted? Like, oh my God. Like the chitlin circus stuff. That's what Tiffany Haddish be doing because it makes white folks laugh. Oh girl, you're such a girl. I love it. And she's a dummy. She's a dummy. So Tiffany Haddish, she's stupid. What else I had on my list? I've been talked and talked and talked and talked some more. But that's all I got. Tell me what y'all thought about what's going on. Let me know in the comments what y'all thought about the commentary. Let me know. If you can subscribe to my Patreon, definitely do so to get other content like this and more live streams since y'all love them. That's all I got. Love y'all so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.